Hi guys, today I am going to be doing a bookshelf tour. I know a lot of you have been asking me to do a new bookshelf tour. I've got a lot of new books to show you, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. It may come in multiple parts, so you just have to wait and see, and yeah, let's just get started. So starting off, I decided I was going to show you an overview of my shelves, and this is my biggest shelf that is partially behind the bed, and that's pretty much every paranormal book that I have and young adult down on the bottom two shelves. Then that shelf over there, the white one, is Carrie Arthur and J.R. Ward up on the top, and then Harlequins going down a couple shelves, and then a shelf that you can't see, which is historical books. And then my final shelf is all of my, taller books, and I put them in order according to color, and this is for the tall ones. And then the last two shelves down at the bottom are all my contemporary romances, and then those books over there under the dragon, those are all the books that I've yet to haul for you guys. Starting off, we have On Dublin Street by Samantha Young, Anything You Want by Sarah Fox, The Valentine's Arrangement by Kelsey Leverage, and I have Love Unscripted by Tina Reber, Beast of Burden and Beast Within by Rebecca Goings, Spring Training by Parker Kincaid, Promise Me by Tara Fox Hall. Then we have Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire, Beautiful Stranger by Christina Lauren, Generation V by M.L. Brennan, The Fifth Favor by Shelby Reed, Bared to You, and Reflected in You by Sylvia Day, The Big Book of Bondage by Allison Tyler, and The Big Book of Orgasms by Rachel Kramer Bussell, Tart by Lauren Dane, and Lush by Lauren Dane. Then we have Big Temptation by Robin L. Rotham, Blood Vow, which is sticking to by Karen Tabke, Angel of Darkness by Cynthia Eden, Her Cinderella Complex by Jenna Bailey Burke, Dance of the Seven Veils by Chris Anson, Rome by Jay Crownover, Obsidian by Lauren Donor, Purgatory Point by Adriana Kraft, and I really apologize for the shakiness, because I just have to do this top shelf holding the camera, so, yeah. The Talbot Trilogy, Wind and Shadow by Tori L. Ridgewood, and the bookmark is causing problems, Unridden by Kat Johnson, Yours to Take by Jolie Sue Burkhart, Mark of the Beast by Rebecca Goings, Cowgirl Up and Ride by Lorelei James, Tied Up, Tied Down by Lorelei James, Secret Ties by Opal Carew, Wedding Magic by Patricia Coughlin, and then the last one on this shelf is Passionate Pleasures by Patrice Small. Now down to the next shelf we have The Wild Ones by M. Layton, Relentless by Cassia Leo, Rush by Maya Banks, Twisted Perfection by Abby Glines, Illicit by Opal Carew, Tara Sue May's The Submissive, Because You Are Mine by Beth Carey, Walking Back to Happiness by Lucy Dillon, Two Times as Hot by Kat Johnson, Christmas is Coming by Shelley Monroe. The Sweetheart Bargain by Shirley Jump. A Million Dirty Secrets by C.L. Parker. Hero by Alethea Contis. For Her Pleasure by Maya Banks. Waterborne by Catherine Irons. Thief of Light by Denise Rossetti. And Deeper by Megan Hart. No Tan Lines by Kate Angel. Letting Go by Maya Banks. Wicked Beast by Tawny Taylor. Dreams for Stones by Anne Warner. Taking the Reins by Kat Murray. Starry Night by Debbie McComber. Echo Prophecy by Lindsay Fairley. Spider Touched by Jory Strong. Foreplay by Shayla Black and Maya Banks. Release Me by Jay Kenner. A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. One Night with a Cowboy by Kat Johnson. Rule by Jay Crownover. And last, Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. Shadow of the Mark by Leigh Fallon. Archangel of Mercy by Christina Ashcroft. My Name is Rapunzel by Casey Hilton. Nature of the Beast by Rebecca Goings. Unveil Me by Carrie Quinn. Par for the Course by Jenna Bailey Burke. Finding It and Losing It by Cora Carmack. The Perfect Play by J.C. Burton. Bound by Lorelei James. Some Like It Wild Arc by M. Layton. Golden by Jessie Kirby. Walking in Fire by Catherine Cade. The Dark Shore by Kevin Emerson. Fury of Fire by Corinne Callahan. Riding the Storm by Sydney Croft. Blush by Lauren Jameson. Spellbound by Sylvia Day. Avenging Angel Arc by Cynthia Eden. No Strings Attached by Kate Angel. I cannot talk today. Love's Little Instruction Book by Mary Gorman. Meant to Be, which is sticking, by Terry Osborne. Sweet Fantasy by Janice Maynard. Wallbanger by Alice Clayton. A Mermaid's Ransom by Joey W. Hill. Wanted by Jay Kenner. An Arc of Flirting with Fortune by Aaron Knightley. An Arc of Hope Flames by J.C. Burton. Winter's Wedding by Sharon Owens. Come to Me Quietly by A.L. Jackson. Seducing the Succubus by Cassie Ryan. And lastly on the shelf is The Sweetest Dark by Shanna Abe. Now we're moving on to the just plain contemporary books. First off, Never Too Hot by Bella Andre. Whoops. Come a Little Bit Closer by Bella Andre. All of these are going to be by Bella Andre, so I'm not going to continue to say her name. If You Were Mine. I Only Have Eyes for You. Can't Help Falling in Love. And the first book, The Look of Love. Next we have the huge stack of Jill Chavez books. The Trouble with Paradise. Rescue My Heart. Animal Attraction. Instant Temptation, Instant Gratification, Once in a Lifetime, It Had to Be You, Forever and a Day, Head Over Heels, and The Sweetest Thing. Then we have some just random contemporaries up here. First one being Rain Shadow Road by Lisa Kleypas, Adam's Fall by Sandra Brown, Holiday Affair by Lisa Plumley, Highlander for the Holidays by Janet Chapman, Blame It on Texas by Christy Craig. Then we have over here A Place Called Home by Joe Goodman, The Trouble with Love by Beth Ciota, Moonshell Beach by Joanne Ross, Redwood Bend by Robin Carr, and Virgin River by Robin Carr. Now all these ones that were under those stacked up, I'll just pull out this first one and leave it off because it's going to be too hard to get books in and out. Cowboy Seeks Bride by Carolyn Brown, Jane Graves' Cowboy Take Me Away, Big Sky Wedding by Linda Lale Miller, Somebody to Love by Lori Wilde, All Out of Love by Lori Wilde, Loving Kara by Kristen Proby, Cloud Waltzer by Tori Cates, Before and Ever Since by Charla Lovelace, Hard as You Can and Hard as It Gets by Laura Kay, this is going to be a little bit of a weird angle, Tempting the Billionaire by Jessica Lemon, Just One Night by Kyra Davies, The Wrangler by Lindsay McKenna, Quinn by R.C. Ryan, and lastly, Something About You by Julie James. Now for this next part, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Hopefully the camera will be a little bit stable, a little bit more stable than it has been. I have Sweet Laurel Falls by Rayanne Thane, Blackberry Summer by Rayanne Thane, The Perfect Match by Kimberly Cates, Next of Kin by Sharon Sala, Protector by Catherine Mann, and Forgotten Sins by Rebecca Zanetti. Then I have Three Little Words by Susan Mallory, Two of a Kind by Susan Mallory, All He Ever Needed by Shannon Stacy, Make Mine a Bad Boy by Katie Lane, Trouble in Texas by Katie Lane, and Catch Me a Cowboy by Katie Lane. We have Charmed by His Love by Janet Chapman, Spellbound Falls by Janet Chapman, Wild Texas Rose by Jody Thomas, The Comforts of Home by Jody Thomas, and Star Bright and Walking on Air by Katherine Anderson. The next stack is Sweet Kiss of Summer by Sophie Gunn, The Next Best Thing by Kristen Higgins, The Best Man by Kristen Higgins, The Chance of a Lifetime by Jody Thomas, Thrown for a Curve by Sugar Jameson, and Dangerous Curves Ahead by Sugar Jameson. Now for the ones across the bottom, Can't Buy Me Love by Molly O'Keefe, Can't Hurry Love by Molly O'Keefe, whoops, hitting the door, Crazy Thing Called Love by Molly O'Keefe, At Home, A Home by the Sea by Christina Sky, How to Tame a Wild Fireman by Jennifer Bernard, Baby Drives South by Stephanie Bond, Baby Come Home by Stephanie Bond, Weekends Required by Sydney Landon, Fall for Me by Sydney Landon, The Marriage Bargain by Jennifer Probst. The Marriage Trap by Jennifer Probst. The Marriage Mistake by Jennifer Probst. Lover's Leap and Hummingbird Lake by Emily March. Cutting Loose and That Thing Called Love by Susan Anderson. And Shoreline Drive by Lily Everett. Then Sweet Tea at Sunrise by Cheryl Woods. Planning for Love by Christy Barth. Tumbling Through Time by Gwen Creedy. Wild Thing by Robin Kay. Chasing Fire by Nora Roberts. Getting a little bit of a weird angle now. Dream Makers by Nora Roberts. All That Matters by Steph Ann Holm. With This Kiss by Bella Riley. Some Like It Hot by Louisa Edwards. The Red Diary by Tony Blake. And When Summer Comes by Brenda Novak. And that is the end of all my contemporaries and whatever on this shelf. Now I'm going to start on the big brown shelf that has all the paranormals and young adults and whatever on it. And I'm just going to start with Carolyn Sparks up at the top with Wild About You. Sexiest Vampire Alive. Eat, Pray, Love. The Vampire and the Virgin. Forbidden Nights with a Vampire. All I Want for Christmas is a Vampire. The Undead Next Door. Be Still My Vampire Heart. Vamps and the City. And lastly, How to Marry a Millionaire Vampire. Then I have Dead Girls Are Easy by Terry Gary. A Match Made in Hell by Terry Gary. You're the One That I Haunt. Kiss of Fire by Deborah Cook. Kiss of Fury by Deborah Cook. Kiss of Fate by Deborah Cook. Winter Kiss by Deborah Cook. Be Mine Tonight by Catherine Smith. Night of the Huntress by Catherine Smith. Let the Night Begin by Catherine Smith. And then the last one up here is Taken by the Night by Catherine Smith. Next, we're moving down to the next shelf. Once Burned by Janine Frost. Up from the Grave by Janine Frost. One Grave at a Time by Janine Frost. This Side of the Grave by Janine Frost. Whoops, went a little wild. Eternal Kiss of Darkness by Janine Frost. And First Drop of Crimson by Janine Frost. And I only have these because I haven't read these ones Moving That Way. And I didn't want to keep the first few. And then I've read these two and really enjoyed those. Then I have Born of Night by Sherilyn Kenyon. Born of Fire by Sherilyn Kenyon. And Born of Ice by Sherilyn Kenyon. And then I have a whole bunch more of Sherilyn Kenyon's books that I'll go one at a time next. Okay, so with these, I'm going to have to go backwards through the series just because of the way I have them stacked. So starting off, we have Retribution by Sherilyn Kenyon, and obviously all of these are going to be by Sherilyn Kenyon, so I'm just going to go through and say the titles. Bad Moon Rising. Dream Warrior. One Silent Night. Acheron. Dream Chaser. A Upon the Midnight Clear, Devil May Cry. Now we have The Dream Hunter, Dark Side of the Moon, Unleash the Night, Sins of the Night. Need to move these out of the way. Didn't think that through. Seize the Night, Night Play, Kiss of the Night, Dance with the Devil, Night Embrace, Night Pleasures, Fantasy Lover, and that other one back there is the Dark Hunter Companion, and it's just basically like all types of information about the Dark Hunter series by Sherilyn Kenyon. Now moving down to the next shelf, I have two books out in front, which I drew out of my book jar thing, and that is Kiss of Pride by Sandra Hill, and The Cowboy Takes a Bride by Lori Wilde. Then we have Gentlemen Prefer Succubi by Jill Miles, Succubi Like It Hot by Jill Miles. Sorry about it being a little bit hard to see. My Fair Succubi by Jill Miles. Now, this next stack is all by Anna Windsor, so I'll just go through them. They're backwards in order of the series, so I'm starting with ones later on in the series and moving down to the first one. Captive Soul, Captive Spirit, Bound by Light, Bound by Flame, and Bound by Shadow. Then we have Playing with Fire by Juna Showalter, Raziel the Fallen by Christina Douglas, The Demon, part of the Fallen series by Christina Douglas, Immortal Surrender by Claire Ashgrove, Immortal Trust by Claire Ashgrove, Awaken Me Darkly by Gina Showalter. Next, I have a huge stack of books by Gina Showalter, which I'm not going to continue to say the author's name like usual. First off, The Nymph King by Gina Showalter, Heart of the Dragon, The Darkest Seduction, The Darkest Lie, The Darkest Passion, The Darkest Secret, The Darkest Surrender, The Darkest Pleasure, The Darkest Whisper, and The Darkest Kiss. And then the last one by her is Wicked Nights. Now we have a bunch of books by Cressley Cole. Lothair by Cressley Cole, Demon from the Dark, Pleasure of the Dark Prince, Dark Needs at Night's Edge, Wicked Deeds on a Winter's Night, and lastly, No Rest for the Wicked. So that is the end of part 1 of my bookshelf tour, and it was originally going to be one video, which is kind of annoying, but my uploader would not allow me to upload this video. It just kept saying, calculating time to upload this video, and just sitting there for hours and hours, so it's going to be 2 videos, and hopefully you guys don't mind. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2, and thanks for watching. Bye!